If you're dealing with AI right now, there is one thing the AI companies don't want you to learn. If you are new to this channel, my name is Theo Harvey, and I'm the CEO of SensorMed, the AI-powered remote care as a service platform for healthcare organizations. I consult with hundreds of medical professionals every year to guide them on best practices and implementing AI solutions and workflows in their current operations. I've worked with large organizations like SOP Systems, AT&T, the Charles Barkley Organization, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Google. And my mission is to help healthcare professionals prepare for the new normal in healthcare before it's too late. That's right. This is something that's changing how AI is being perceived. This is the one thing you need to look at when it comes to how you want to distribute and utilize AI in your organizations. And I think it really goes down to the human element. I know you're hearing this over and over again, but this is so key. Why is this important? Well, look, let me just talk about it high level. AI is here and it's helping us be able to deliver care to patients wherever they live, deliver automation, being able to record information that we deliver to organizations inside the healthcare system or outside. It's great, right? But you know what? It is a box. It is not a human being. And unfortunately, human-to-human communication is still the most important thing that you're forgetting when you deliver it. Let's talk about the data around that. The data says that 81% of consumers usually buy from people they know already. There's also a statistic that says only 39% of all people buy from companies that they see as being sketchy or not trustworthy. This is going to be key in the world of AI because if you don't do this, people won't trust you. They're not going to buy from you. They're not going to understand what you offer. They're going to ignore you. But imagine the other side. If you do this, people will trust you more, understand what you have to offer, buy more from you, and buy more often. Think about ways you can help them more, all because it's a simple thing. And it's really about that trust factor that you bring to the organizations by having that human-to-human communication. So one of the things we're seeing as we're developing AI across our organization is, yes, I can tell anyone anything of what the technology can do. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, we can deliver. And the AI makes it so simple. One simple trick, go ahead and start to record your meetings and your team conversations because there's a lot of great ideas in there. And then likewise, if you're using Claude or ChatGPT and you already have context around what you're building, guess what? You can ask Claude or ChatGPT questions about that meeting you had so you have a better sense of how you want to shape the next meeting you have with that person based on the context of your current business. I'm doing this all the time. It's changing my business drastically because I'll go to any conversation with anyone and by just recording it and of course asking permission, but by simply recording it, I'm able to kind of ask questions about the summary, about the next steps, but more importantly, how does this fit this conversation with this person into my long-term vision and plans for the business? It's drastically changing everything. And by asking questions, it's helping me reshape partnerships and customer relationships because there were ideas I didn't even think about. One clean trick I try all the time is just ask, give me 5 ideas that came out of this meeting that aligned with my business goals. And that is so simple because now you have a list of different things that you can try out and see which one makes sense. Now the AI is not going to get it right 100% because it doesn't know internally exactly, where you think it could go. It's not thinking about all the resources you have. It's not thinking about if the market is there for it. I can guarantee it gives you enough leeway. You can start changing things around a little bit. Another thing about recording everything is because I'm able to now create one-pagers that are very personalized. Why is that important? Because guess what? You're having conversations with people. Typically, they're going to have a problem and you're trying to help them solve that problem. By having that one page, you can make it very specific to the specific problem you talked about in that call. And that changes everything because that allows that individual to trust you more because you heard from them, right? You really understand their pain points and you dig into that more on the next call, then they're going to trust you more and open up more. So again, this is the missing piece that the LLM companies, large language model companies are not telling you. Yes, the AI is wonderful. You can create agents to do all your work and emails out, follow up people, but it's lacking that soul. And that is missing is those relationships that you have to build one-on-one. So how am I flipping this on its head? Well, one of the first things I'm doing is thinking about, hey, can I just build trust out there more into the community? I do that by one, doing these videos regularly, YouTube videos talking about my expertise and actually what I'm building. So you can kind of follow along whatever your journey is. Number 2, putting stuff out on LinkedIn, posts, communicating the value I bring in. Number 3, going to trade shows, talking to people, but also presenting my expertise so people can trust me more. That helps with with obviously they're getting to know me, but they're starting to trust what I'm saying is true because they're listening to it and they're implying it more. Because the higher that trust factor is, the more likely they'll want to listen to you. And then if you have a chance to talk to them, guess what? Then you can understand their problems. And then now with the AI listening, you can kind of map what they're saying against what you can offer and see if there's a mix to see if there's a total match. And that's really the game changer, right? Because it's not so much about, the technology. I think the technology is almost table stakes. It's AI could probably do it. 9 times out of 10 it will do it and can do it, but it's just understanding the context of what specific problem you can solve now based on what you have and your resources. And that's always a challenge. It's always been that way. But now you have it so much easier because it can do so much more research. It can put these one pages together that really speak to that organization. And so it really helps folks kind of move to the next level. So this is how I'm flipping the schedule, right? Having these conversations first and then understanding the problems and then personalizing that problem specific to how I can solve it. And you can do the same thing today too. So take a step back, kind of look at your organization, look at the context, understand where you are and how it works. Because ultimately you want to make sure you have a better sense that AI has all the context about your company, right? And yes, I'm even to the point where I'm putting more information about my ideas and some of my financial information. So you can kind of get a sense of like holistically from a financial to the ideas to the people that work with the organization and how they kind of operate, my tone of voice so that it understands like what's happening holistically in my organization. And that's really changing how we deliver new solutions fast and faster. Likewise, we're putting together SOPs, standard operating procedures, to understand exactly our processes so we can eventually operationalize it. And once it's operationalized it, you can, number one, teach someone else who's new so they can follow the same process for success, or you can teach an AI to do it and follow that same process for success. And you get what we call predictable outcomes. Business is about how do you create more and more predictable outcomes. If you put something in, you should get this out consistently. That's how you build a scalable business. It's not, hey, we did something and it randomly worked. No. So that's one thing. Number two, you want to build attention because attention gets people to know you, like you, and eventually trust you. So how do you do that? Like I mentioned before, you're putting yourself out there more, going to more in-person events. I have a theory that more and more in-person events will be more valuable in this age of AI because people are not going to trust the digital as much anymore. We saw this with AI slop. ChatGPT launched their AI Sora platform with all those videos. It was tons of them. And guess what? It failed less than a year later. They shut it down completely. Why? Because people don't want fakeness. And AI is still perceived as being fake. With emails, sometimes when you generate AI emails, people notice that and they see it's fake and they get frustrated. So that human-to-human connection is going to be super important. As a matter of fact, that is so important to us. That is why we created a new AI tool called Simon. It's really about getting patients to be engaged in their own care, but also having a human in the loop. How do we do this? With a unique reward-based system that engages patients in understanding how to take care of themselves from medications to taking their blood pressure, to physical exercise. All of it is based on a point system with leaderboards, added points, and all the things that are necessary to encourage them to be excited about their health journey. So this really keeps the human in the middle, but using AI to track all that and encourage them with the tools and data it's receiving. So if you want to learn more about how Simon can help your organization, go ahead and click the link below and check it out and give us a call to see if it's something that could be interested for your organization. But again, high level, this is the thing that you need to focus in on is building those human to human reactions. Before I get into that, if you allow me to take a moment to provide you with a brief public service announcement. We know it's about 84% of you watch our videos but are not subscribers yet. If you can do me a big favor and take the time to subscribe, as I will help the algorithm reach more people like you. As healthcare is rapidly evolving and changing, we all need content like this to adjust to the new normal. Now back to the video. So in summary, I talked about like how you can change the game. The AI model has changed, flipped the script. No longer do you have to build something and they will come like the famous movie, but you want to be able to create the demand, the distribution, get people to know, like, and trust you first. And then you build from there. So how do you do that? Number one, putting yourself out there more, communicating human to human, events, conferences, speaking engagements. That builds up people knowing you, like you, and trust you. Number two, use AI to personalize the problems that you're seeing and how your solution maps to that. You do that by building internal context understanding for Claude and ChatGPT so it can pull that information from all your recordings and use AI to create summaries and map it to your problem set so you can deliver something that speaks specifically to that new client. So do those two things, and I guarantee by building yourself up and being out there more and remembering that it's about the relationship and the brand that you build, not the technology that you build. So if you believe that and think this is the path to go, give me a comment in the notes below and let us know what your thoughts are and how you're thinking about that human connection in the age of AI.